Any of his stories, I would stand by the bedroom door, which was open so slightly to hear a glimpse of his conversation with my father. These visits would always result in my father belly aching over with laughter. He is the only person I know who can make my father laugh on demand. I wanted to share a few stories from camp that reflected his fun nature. You love to be a part of Frank's tribe because you didn't know what you were going to get each day. You had the schedule, but we don't follow it. Okay? Is that true? Never follow the schedule? As a fellow counselor, you wanted to guess just what he was smiling about all the time. His energy and camp spirit are always brought up when I speak to fellow campers. Okay, there was a week one summer when the kids at camp were indoors for 4 straight days due to rain. Okay, nightmare, we all know. Okay, having 300 campers indoors gets old very quickly. His tribe, the Arapaho, was getting restless on one of these rainy days. So he decided to bring his group on a unique adventure. He lined up his group in single file, and he went down to the art room and he secured an industrial ball size string. It's like about this big. It was unbelievable. I don't know where they got it from. I don't know where the art area had it. And he tied it on a doorknob on room 8 and proceeded to walk down every corner of the camp. He created a spider web in the building. This adventure went on for 20 minutes until my father caught him and stopped the activity. The kids had a memorable moment they talked about for years. Frank was a brilliant practical joke and it was very difficult to one-up the master. I remember one year a counselor pulled a practical joke on Frank, but Frank had the last laugh. At camp, all the counselors parked their cars in front of each other, backed up against the woods. They're all lined up in front of each other. 2 parallel lines of cars ensured a smooth transition at the end of the day as cars left for camp. When camp was dismissed, all the campers walked to the cars and be driven home by the counselors. It was a very organized process. To get back at Frank, this counselor, who was kind of doing practical jokes on Frank. Frank snuck around all day and disconnected the distributor caps on all the cars, including his own. He did not touch the counselor who was pranking him, his car at all. So when Mr. N said, da-da-da-da-da, camp dismissed, the kids went to the cars with all the counselors. None of the cars would start. The counselor was Frank in question, just rolled out. Everybody was angry with this counselor for days. They don't mess with Frank. This is you. Was this you? I think it's you. I don't know. I got written when it was you, and I don't know if it was. Was that you? I also think Frank is a major sports fan. He always would talk about the Red Sox, Pats, Celtics, and Bruins. His favorite Red Sox player was, and yes, Bill Lee. I remember Frank. He even posted a sign outside of his camp tribesman with expo scores from the previous night. And so Bill Lee got elected into the Red Sox Hall of Fame. I think it would make Frank very happy. Frank was always time challenged. Would that be appropriate? When Frank would say be over for a certain time, we would always add a buffer to it of at least an hour. Right? Maybe 2? I don't know. This would drive my dad crazy, who was often going to a football game or other activity with him. However, when he did arrive, it was well worth the wait. I wish Frank had kept to his old ways. I'll include one last story. After a long day at camp, I was watching a tired group of campers waiting to be picked up and driven home. Okay, I was watching his run. I started to chat with a boy about his day at the camp. I asked him, hey, what's your highlight today? What do you have most fun at? I expect to hear about swimming, archery, kickball, bombardment. Instead, he blurted out, I get to ride home with Frank in his convertible. Although the boy didn't have Frank as his counselor, Frank made a great impression during the 20 minutes a day they spent together. We all had a great opportunity to take a ride with Frank.
He used to, before he passed away, I'd go, and all he wanted to do was talk about camp. I'd go there at 1 o'clock, and then I'd just sit there, and everything was about camp. And then he used to say, the Nunziatas like me. had to fire you. But somehow you survived. I said, the vote was 3-2. The vote was 3-2. I said, I wanted you gone, Mr. Wren wanted you gone, and Mrs. N wanted you to stay. He said, but that's 2-1. So if you go, I said, no, Mrs. N has 3 votes.